And the cards that we have for you for love in March are Queen of Staffs reversed, Eight of Staffs reversed, the Ace of Staffs, Five of Pentacles that keeps coming up, Three of Swords reversed, and the King of Staffs reversed. So we have two people showing up here, both of them fire energy. So fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. And they're powerful, so it feels like it definitely could be, possible love interests that are coming in, but they're in the reverse, so it's a situation where they're not here to really help you out. They're here to teach you a lesson, and a lot of signs are getting that this month. But the situation here is, it's like you have to decide between the two, and it's kind of like deciding, between your fifth choice and your sixth choice, not your first choice. And then we also have the Ace of Staffs here in like a new beginning. And so I feel like these two people who are going to be coming in March are actually distracting you from what you need to be focusing on, and depleting you and taking away your time and energy, and pulling you away from what you should be actually looking at and who you should be looking at. Because here between the Queen of Staffs and the King of Staffs, it's like it's a king and queen, so they're linked, and the link is you. But you feel like you don't have any choice between the two. It's like you can only choose from the two, and that's it. And that's not true. In fact, choosing one or the other is not the right choice, actually, because we have the Ace of Staffs up here, and this is a new beginning. This is a new connection with a fire sign, actually. So I actually feel like there's a third choice here, and this third choice is coming up as the Ace of Staffs. Especially with this Three of Swords in reverse. Like, Three of Swords often has to do with deception, has to do with a third party. And since it's in the reverse, you're not focusing on this third party when you should be. So you actually have three choices popping up, even though you feel like you only have two. And two of them are really cunning and really exciting and funny and hilarious and sensual and just, in your face, fun. But you feel exhausted when you're with them. Like, it's exhilarating, but then when they're gone, you're like, depleted. Both of them. But this Ace of Staffs, this third choice over here, makes you feel the opposite. Makes you feel connected. Makes you feel like there's hope. Gives you hope. Makes you feel hope. But this person isn't appearing as a romantic relationship. They're not offering a romantic relationship to start off with, I think. I think they're, they just want to be around you. And so they're not saying, they're not promising you the moon and the stars like this Queen and King are, even though it's false. But this third party is like, I just want to hang out with you. I just like being with you. You make me happy. And they're not saying relationship. Let's move in together. Let's get married. They're not saying any of that. While these other two people are. And the person who's, not promising you anything and just says, I enjoy you for you, is the right choice, even though they're not, they don't want to get in a relationship right now, which is smart. Scorpio, which is smart. So try your best to kind of leave these two in the dust in March. Those two people who are, I love you, you're the one for me forever, and you've only known them for a hot second. Leave them in the dust and connect with this person who just wants to be around you, enjoys you, and is honest with you about that, and is honest with, I just like you. I just like being with you. That's perfect. That's where it should be. So let's pull two universal love cards for you. Okay. Golden memories. And meditation. So for some reason, for the love readings, I haven't been reading what the book says for any of these, but my guides clearly said you need to read Golden Memories for Scorpio. So I'm going to just listen to them and read it to you. For some reason, you need to hear this because they can say it better than I. So, golden memories. Someone is thinking fondly of you this very moment, reflecting on golden memories, past and precious moments spent together. He or she is someone dear to you who has passed into the world of spirit. They want you to know that all is well and that time and space cannot separate that which is united through love. For the loving presence of those we love is always with us. A part of them lives in your heart, and a part of us lives in theirs. We all leave our physical body at some point, but we never leave our spirit. Oh gosh, like that almost brings tears to me for you, Scorpio. Oh gosh, yeah. So here, let me just expand on that. And that I am so thankful to my guides for sending that, to me, to you. Because this Queen of Staffs and this King of Staffs are going to play on a wound, are going to play on this part of you that feels a little empty from this loss. That's going to, they're going to pretend to fill the void for you. All right. And this void is not something that needs to be filled by them. It is something that needs to be honored and cherished as a connection with someone else that you can no longer have. And this third party over here, this third connection, just is and feels your heart. And it's not in a way of feeling a void. It's like this separate feeling of like they're home. It's not about feeling a void. It's that they feel like home. So if you feel conflicted, if you feel confused, like that you have no choices, Scorpio, then this is where the meditation comes in. Sit with yourself and sit with your ancestors, sit with your guides, and let them speak to you and hear them. Okay? So let's go on to the couple reading. Hello, my Scorpio couples. How are you? All right, so let's get into this. This is for a Scorpio couple, so at least one of the people should be a Scorpio in order to watch this. All right, so we're going to call in the highest of light, the highest of energy to guide us, calling in the divine. What's going on for my Scorpio couples? What's happening in their realm? Okay. All right, and let's see what we have. We have the Page of Staffs reversed. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. We have the Four of Cups reversed. Then we have the Eight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles reversed, and the Four of Staffs reversed. Okay. So first and foremost, let me just say you are not alone. Looking at this reading, it's very similar to a lot of the other signs, actually. And we are all connected, so that's why. But I have this Page of Staffs energy, and so those who are married or not even married, who are just a couple and have a child together, you're going to have some tough times with that kiddo. Okay, they're going through a tough month, and it's going to affect your relationship. All right, and you're going to blame yourself, of course. You're going to say, what did we do wrong? How come they're not thriving? It must be our fault. We didn't plan right. And you're going to create like this whole thing of it's our fault that our child is going through a huge, transformation. And then you're going to feel kind of like, what do we do now? How are we going to solve this? And the first thing you're going to have to do is stop it. Stop this. Like, what did we do wrong? How can we solve this? And just be present with your child, okay? And be present together, because the relationship is going to get rocky if you guys go through that self-deprecation of like, we are horrible parents. Maybe we shouldn't even be together. Obviously, co-parenting together, we're not doing great. But the truth is, no, you just need to relax, okay? You need to relax and get yourself out of that mindset and be present. That's the big part of this. Now, if you don't have a child, somebody's going to be acting like a child in the relationship. And once again, you have to be present for this, because a Page of Staffs in reverse is receiving a message that is emotionally charged, like that fires you up, that makes you angry, that makes you really anxious. But, just kind of throws you for a loop and makes you kind of go into a tizzy. Or it's a child, a child who is going through like an emotional kind of personal issue that causes them to act out, that causes them to release anger and act out in anger, and maybe even be kind of like a joker in a way and try to cover it through comedy, through acting like a goof, so much so that they put themselves in danger, okay? But with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune always is turning. So you have the tools that you need to get through this, because you've been through this before. It's just now you're kind of on the downward slope, but that will move back up to the upward slope. But you have to push it there, And the Four of Cups is really, is a reminder to you that you couldn't have done anything about it. There's nothing that you could have done in the past that would have changed what is happening. But the only thing that you really need to recognize too is that how you react to it is up to you. All right. 8 of Swords is warning that you are going to create that prison and create that situation where you are hating on yourself and that you can't get out of it. But you can if you just look up and you have faith in yourself. Because as soon as you stop saying, I can't solve it, and you say, okay, what's the situation? How am I going to take care of this situation? Is when things will start to shift and you'll actually be solving it instead of just making it almost worse. I also have a situation for you, Scorpio partners, that, like, in a way, some of you, I feel like we're hoping to get engaged. We're hoping to get, move in, do something together. And it's not going to happen this month. 4 of Staffs reversed is really saying that the celebration it's not the time. It's not the time right now. In fact, there might even be gossip of the opposite from friends and family. Yeah, so this situation that is happening, I don't necessarily think that it's the end-all be-all. I think because I don't see anything about a very severe breaking up or anything like that. I actually see it as for you learning to stop saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, I need help, I need help, I need help, and standing up for what you need and making it happen instead of requesting it from your partner. Because with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you got to put some work in, Scorpio. And it could be the opposite too. It could be that your partner needs to put the work in. With the Page of Staffs, it could be them who needs the work, needs to put the work in. Instead of you bailing them out. But there is a definite situation here between the two of you, of one of you is a giver and the other is a receiver. And it often just stays in that dynamic. Yeah, it shifts from time to time, but there's one person who takes more than receives more. And so you have to balance that out, and that's that Wheel of Fortune popping up again. Things are not in balance. Okay, so let's pull the universal love. All right, so physical body and abundance. Okay, lovely, Scorpio. My Scorpio couples, this is good. So physical body. So the situation that's popping up here, you may actually feel sick in March. You may actually feel like ill, get like a cold or the sniffles because of trying to figure out what to do and how to solve it. But as soon as you kind of detox the situation, detox what's happening, man, you guys are going to be awesome. You guys are going to be the bomb because abundance is there. You are so fulfilled with each other and with yourself. So this detox that's happening, is going to be really important. And like I was saying before, that, one of you guys is kind of a giver and the other's a receiver. And so finally you're going to find a balance, because even if somebody is receiving all the time, after a while, that person starts to get bitter and spiteful that this person is giving them so much. And they're like, well, would they just stop already? Would they just stop giving me the world? Because there's a part that is so satisfying to also give. And so if you're always receiving and you don't have space to actually give, then it also feels incomplete. So if you're on that side of like telling your partner, be like, you know what, just stop. Let me do this. Let me do this so that I can help you out too. All right. And if you are the one who is giving, just say, hey, you know what? I don't have the capacity right now to do that. I don't have the capacity. Will you help me?